Well, welcome back to Tampa Bay's Morning Blend. Another bright spot here in the Bay Area that's shining bright. Of course, it's the Glass Coast, right? Is the Imagine Museum, and we are so happy to welcome in this new format Ms. Jane Buckman, the executive director of the museum. It's always a pleasure to have her either in studio or when we're able to go out there. But now we join you virtually this morning.
Yeah.
So good to see you.
It's always good to see you, Carly.
So tell me how you and the team are doing. And again, I like it. It's such a bright spot in the Bay Area that I'm so glad that you guys are open.
We are open, and that was one of our first things to actually motivate us to get open was that this is a beautiful place. We know we can observe all of the protocol for social distancing. You are required to wear a mask. We give you a mask with your ticket, but it really you almost have the museum to yourself. So if you need a place to kind of chill out and experience some beauty and be reflective into your own thoughts and minds, that Imagine Museum is the place to go.
And I don't think people, if you have not been yet, I always like to remind people the size of the museum is really impressive. I mean, the rooms, and I mean, there is so much beautiful artwork there that I don't know if from the outside you would realize that.
It's true. We have 17 galleries, and every really hallway and little nook that we have, you'll find pieces of glass all over the place. So,
which gallery are you in this morning?
I'm in a new gallery that was just recurated, but of course we have the lighted piece behind us that everyone loves. But in this room we brought in some new works, which is very exciting, and so it's more of a sparkle room than some of the other ones. That's why you can almost see the reflections off of the glass behind me. So it's a beautiful room to be in. It's quite uplifting.
Yeah. Well, tell me about the different things, the different programs and the different ways to kind of take this all in, because I know you are offering a lot during these times.
We are, because we understand families have been quarantined together. We understand that many 55 plus people are concerned about going out. I'll tell you a story, Carly. I was talking to a woman last week who came through, and she was a member, and talking to her about, oh, I'm so happy to see you back. And she was like, but don't tell my kids. She goes, I snuck out of the house. I just needed to do something. So I thought that was probably pretty telling. And then we have another tour that is for families, and it's about magical creatures who, during the time of our closure, they snuck out of the gift shop and found themselves on the glass in the museum. So you come in with your family. We limit that tour between 6 and 10, but if you have a family of 4, it's the same thing. And so really the children go through and they have to find the little pieces of glass as they go through the museum. So it's quite delightful to hear the children, delight when they find the pieces. It's really very fun.
Well, and I'm so happy that I'm a mom with young kids, and I think sometimes we might be hesitant to bring our kids to a museum. And certainly when you see all that beautiful artwork and beautiful glass, you go, I don't know, are they welcome there? But there is enough space and there's enough distance that it is fun for them to be, and they can be big kids about it, right?
And the fun thing is that after the tour, that after they find all the creatures on the glass, they get to take one home themselves for them to keep an eye on so they don't escape again. So it has brought a lot of joy, and that's what we're all about.
Well, and talk about what it is about glass art and why it is, truly, I have seen some of this stuff being done, and I still can't wrap my head around what a talent it is, I think, to be able to create this beautiful type of art. Explain what it is when you walk through the museum that really is just so, I think, different than most other art.
I think that it's three-dimensional. It's mostly
Mhm.
sculptural, and people are used to paintings. And so when they think about how do you make sculpture, many times it's like, oh my God, how'd you do that? And there's many techniques that are associated with glass, from glass blowing to casting. And I could give you a lot of names, but there's just many techniques. Many times I say about the glass artists is that they're not only the artists, but they're physicists, they are scientists, they are just fabricators, because they have to understand, really, when you work with glass and it's melting and it's 2,000 degrees, what do you do with it? How do you maintain the color? What do you do when it cools? And many glass artists will tell you, because it's not an easy process. So much of it, they'll say more of the glass ends up on the floor than actually on a pedestal in a gallery. So that's why we give them such respect. And,
Yeah.
you think about the museum, we say inspire, uplift, and educate. We want people to be inspired by what these artists have done to try to communicate through this glass material. So, judging by everyone that has seen the museum, I think that we do a good job of uplifting and really giving something beautiful to the people of Tampa Bay.
And we need that more than ever,
Yes,
Jane.
yes,
As we
I
get
do
ready to
agree.
close here, tell people where you're located. I want to make sure people can find you. And again, what's the best way to kind of figure out kind of everything that you have going on right now?
So we're located at 1901 Central
Mhm.
Avenue in St. Pete. Very easy to find on Central Avenue. And you can go to our website at imaginemuseum.com. And there you will find how you can purchase tickets, and their time tickets. You can find out more about our tours and schedule your tours, and also about our collection, just more who we are and why it might be worth your trip to come down here. Again, we're making it as safe as possible. And I think that we're making it as calm and as peaceful
Yeah.
as possible also. So you do get that, you at least get an hour or two of an opportunity to breathe deep and appreciate beauty.
I love it. Jane, always a pleasure to see you, to speak with you. Keep up the great work, okay?
Always. Good to see you too, Carly. Bye-bye.
All right. We, of course, will put details on our website too, but stay right there. We'll be right back.